We're testing YouTube, and hey, we are live. Or at least that's the way that it looks on my end.
Same.
Perfect. So had some technical difficulties, got the live stream live. One thing that we're going to note, and this is what we do, we just keep making updates and iterations, and we have some notes for our audio settings, but we also need to note that need to create the YouTube live stream before going live. So welcome, I'm Elliot with Future NFT Mints, and I am my co-host, Harrison, who's one of our researchers. And we're running a little late today, having some technical difficulties, but that's okay. We are iterating, getting better every day as we do it. This is only our third one. And each day it seems that there's been a little challenge. So hopefully fourth day is going to be our charm. And we'll be able to get the show running without a hitch. You can find us on Twitter Spaces. We're currently live on Twitter Spaces. We've been live for about 10-15 minutes, so we'll have to start that a little in the middle. And you can also find us on our YouTube channel. If you go to futurenftmints.com, you'll see our website, our platform, and we're creating these this 1 hour show on a daily basis, Monday through Friday, to talk about what is minting today. We want to show you how you can use the Future NFT Mints platform to find new mints that are not only today, but also ones that are going to be in the future. And so we're going to jump right in and talk through that. This is the Future NFT Mints website. If you go to futurenftmints.com, this is what you will see. So it loads. We're doing everything here live, so if something screws up, we will know. And partly why we are walking through our product and wanting to show it to people live and knowing that there are bugs and there's issues is we want to feel what it's like as an end user. We want to know what you're experiencing. We want to make this way better. And so every day, actually, we are launching new features. So this is the Mint calendar. As you notice, right, this is public access. And if you scroll down, you'll see that we have 19 NFTs in the platform. 19 today. Harrison, do you remember how many we had yesterday when we started this?
Yeah, it was like 6.
We had 6 yesterday. Okay, so from 6 to 19, that's progress in the right direction. And actually, Harrison, let's make sure go ahead and add a count somewhere so that we know how many NFTs that we had. Because for those of you that don't know, behind the scenes, I am an engineer and product manager, data analyst, and I'm building features. We also have 2 other engineers. We have a designer, and then Harrison is going in and doing the hard work of adding content to the platform. And so he has added a ton of NFTs, and you can actually see when they were submitted, when they were approved, and they're all from Harrison, right? H. Gray. He's doing a lot of really good work here. We all are, to try to bring the best experience that we can to you. Now, this platform has some really cool parts to it. Let me start that over. The Future NFT Mints platform has a lot of really cool features. The first thing is that you can come in and you can sort by the most upcoming mint date, whether that's an allow list or a public date. We filter the dates so that you can see what is coming up first. And if you are following along here on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side, you will see that there's allow lists and public mint dates, and we tell you and we give you the distinction between them. You can also filter so that you can find, let's say you want to find a free mint. And right now we have a couple free mints. Look at that. We're coming up with new and creative ways to show you all the information about upcoming NFTs. On top of that, you can come in and you can add any NFT that we do not have on our platform. And if you add the NFT, then you will always have access to the data for it. When you're a public access user, you only have access to 3 days worth of mints. If you create a free account, you have access to 5 days worth of mints, and we may increase that, right? And then if you come in and you contribute, right, you add an NFT that we approve, you get some points, right? If you vote, if you upvote or downvote something, you get some points. If you submitted an NFT and someone upvotes the NFT, then you also get some points. And so we actually are keeping track for the leaderboard, and the top 100 contributors get free premium access. And what that means is that you get access to all the NFTs that are in the platform. The idea behind what we are building is that we are creating community sentiment. And so when you connect your wallet, right, whenever you have a free account or premium account, and MetaMask is taking a moment, and we go ahead and assign it, you'll notice that now we have votes, and you can actually see community sentiment. You can see how other people think about the NFT. And what we would love to be able to do by the end of this month, right? By the end of July, my goal is that we are starting to get like 10 to 20 votes at least on all the NFTs that we have. And that way we can use those votes to say, hey, this is what we're going to look at today. This is what we're going to talk about today. So that, we are going to make it united, right? If they have 100%, but they only have one vote, we're not too confident in that, right? But if we have 20, 50 votes, now we have a little bit more confidence in that NFT. And we're going to keep building features. Something that we have added in the last 24 hours is we have started to make some progress on the likes and dislikes. So right now, when you come in, you will see who it was submitted by and when it was submitted. And right now, the only people that can add a like or dislike is the person who adds the NFT or the person who edits the NFT, which is going to be Harrison or me, but most likely Harrison, which is why you see Harrison put this like in here. But tomorrow, this is what I'm going to be working on this afternoon. There should be a way for you to upvote and downvote when someone's like, and there should be a way for you to add a like in there that you have. And by doing that, you're going to earn some points. It's going to be really fun, really exciting. There's so many cool things that we are going to be adding over the next 30 days or so. So stay tuned. So that's largely what we have for the features. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Harrison now. Harrison, what I'd love to do is let's talk to people about the mints that are coming up today. And remember, what we're going to do is we're going to cut little videos of each of the ones that you cover. And so what would be great is for you to use our tool, go to the NFT that we're going to talk about that's minting today, and talk about it from the high level view of where it's at on the screen, and then click into the collection page and talk about it from the collection page. And then we're going to cut that into its own little video segment. And our goal is to keep them under 2 minutes and 20 seconds because that's what Twitter requires for being able to show the video to autoplay within Twitter's platform. And we will upload these to Twitter. And hopefully we'll get some of the teams who we're talking about to engage with us and talk to us, and maybe we'll find some people who are minting that NFT. And we should also, Harrison, and anyone who's listening, you should go in and you should engage with some tweets. Maybe use our tweet and share it within those groups so that they can see, oh wow, hey, there's a video talking about the NFT. There's a platform that really cares about talking about the NFTs that are minting today. And our goal here is really to, we're not here for the NFT creators. Yes, we want to help them. We want to make sure that they get the visibility that they deserve. But we're here for the people who are wanting to mint the NFTs. We're here for those NFT degens who are just like, what should I mint today? And we're going to be building tools that are really focused solely on minting. At some point, maybe later, we start build out. We start making our reviews available for existing NFTs. In fact, in a couple of weeks, we will do just that. But our focus will be on mints. for the foreseeable future. There are so many problems to solve. There are raffles, right? You have eligibility for raffles or eligibility for allow lists that you don't even know because you didn't go stop into the Discord. You have eligibility for benefits that you are completely unaware of for NFTs that you have minted. You have allow list for an NFT, but you forgot about the mint date or it moved, and so you couldn't keep track of it. What we are building are the tools that will allow you as the end user to be able to keep track of these things, for you to be able to find out all the information that you need and spend like 10 minutes a day at most without having to go to all these Discords, all these Twitters, all these different places for it. So really excited about what we have coming next. So Harrison, I'll go ahead and let you take it away.
Sweet. So yeah, as we're talking about like user submitted NFTs and stuff like that, I also kind of want to reiterate that like you don't have to love a project to submit it right on our platform. We want to kind of get like the whole scope of like everyone's opinions and every single side of the story. So even if there's not a project that you're like, hey, this is my favorite project ever, you can still provide like useful information, still get on the leaderboards and still help us out. So let's talk about first WAGMI United. This is, I guess you could say, almost like the featured project of today. It's probably today's most hyped mint. It's a project based around building a PFP project that is directly correlated with a football club and Adidas football. One of the coolest things about this project is that like it actually has endorsement from Adidas. We've seen the actual Adidas football account tweet out, "Hey, look at this project. We're partnered with them." So that adds like a whole bunch of legitimacy to it that like really isn't seen in a whole lot more projects. They're providing exclusive merch lines that you can only access as being a holder. And all in all, it's probably going to be the most hype mint of the day. The price is 0.35 ETH, which kind of is on the high end, but it's understandable considering the scope of the brands going into it. When you compare it to something like Adidas's Into the Metaverse project before, it's also a high ETH like cost. So it's definitely comparable there. So let's say that's probably the featured product of the day. But there's a bunch of other mints today, including Asset Vendor, which is a Solana-based project. They're creating their own community fund, a native token, and building like learn to earn, trade to earn systems. Their whole focus is, for being a Solana-based project, onboarding people to Web3 and trying to teach them more about like how NFTs work and how crypto space operates and those sort of things. Nikomata, we kind of covered yesterday. They're a collection of 888 NFTs, very lure-based, also with the native token, merch giveaways, raffles, that sort of stuff. Crypto Dudes is a collection of 2222 pixel art-based NFTs made by a pixel artist named I'm going to say that wrong, Olivier Huard, but he's been a pixel artist for a long time, and Crypto Dudes is the latest project that he's making. It's a free mint. Often in free mints, we see a lot of those supply going to allow list spots, and that's also kind of what's happening here, but it's also a lot of public spots. So there's totally a way that you can get in as a public minter in this sort of project. Next, we have Yeti Fam. Yeti Fam has a pre-mint raffle, which is always something we kind of look for. Adds a degree of legitimacy to it. This is almost a free mint, being priced at 0.008 ETH, but it's a collection of 3,000 on ETH. So a little smaller on the ETH end, but you can learn more about that as well. Wizards of Athene is having their allow list mint today. This is a pretty hyped project based on almost like this style of hand-drawn art, but it's going primarily to allow list. So if you have an allow list for them, make sure you mint today because it's going to be a pretty hype project, it seems. Their supply is 4,200. And then we have the 88 Land Metaverse, which is a Cardano-based metaverse, but it doesn't seem like they're getting enough hype for like what they're building, and they don't have enough interaction for us to really like think it as something that's going to mint out super fast. So we have a bunch of projects like those that we're covering today. We try and focus on the projects that have the highest amount of followers, the highest amount of community around them, those sort of things, because that's obviously what people are interested in. So like I was saying earlier, even though you may like not love a project, you can submit it and then provide your own opinions and vote on them and those sort of things as well. So no matter what the project is, we are interested in like hearing about it.
Awesome, Harrison. Thank you for kind of walking us through that. And one thing that
I can't hear you if on the Twitter Spaces.
Hey, yeah, thanks. Thanks, Harrison.
Of course.
We got to mute two different microphones here. It's kind of a, it's one of those little challenges. So one thing that I'm actually doing right now is I'm putting a tweet together. We should make sure that we have a tweet. And actually, I'm going to make a note of this. We should tweet out something for each of the NFTs that we talk about during the show. So I'm posting something. It only includes 3 of the NFTs. And so we're going to go ahead and just tweet that now. So that is now out. I think one of the things that you're going to have to show me, I don't know if it's possible to use the desktop to add a tweet to the Twitter space. Oh, I guess it is. Never mind. Okay, so anything that we tweet just goes ahead and shows up in the Twitter space feed,
Oh no,
right?
I added it.
Okay, you added it on your phone, right?
Right. I'm just saying the share button on the far right, and then the very top options like add to current Twitter space.
So they don't have that on the desktop. So we're gonna have to only do that. Okay. Well, that's just kind of the way it is. We will.
Yeah. So we're just a few minutes away from our tweet about the Insight Report going live. Should we go over that now?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go over the Insight Report. Love that.
So the Insight Report we're talking about today, as it loads up, is the Magus. Can you see that well?
Yes. Yeah.
Sizing? Okay,
I can see that. It may be good to zoom in on the top and then scroll down. I mean, it's great to show it from the top, big picture, and then scroll down to it. You can make your screen a little wider too, and that way you may be able to like zoom in a little closer.
Does that look good? Maybe any better?
Scroll to the top so that way, yeah, there we go. Awesome. And then go ahead and just sweet. I'm going to take me off of this view. And so go ahead and just, start from the top. This is going to be one of those things that we're just going to cut into its own little video.
Sounds good. So the Magus is a collection we've been kind of watching for a long time. We've known it's basically a free mint, and the price now is free or 0.033. So the whole idea is you're going to get one free mint, whether it be public, whether it be allow list, or if you get the OG list, you can get 2 free mints. But then if you want an additional one, you're going to pay 0.033. So this is kind of like a little bit of a free project that you can get like more of by paying a little bit. They have been something we've been watching for a long time. They're 6666 hand-drawn magical characters. And their art style is super unique. One of the things that I really like about this project is the art, actually. And I think that it kind of fits in that sort of like Cartoon Network, like Adventure Time, almost like sort of styling, which is kind of a style that isn't seen a whole lot in this space. Each one is on Ethereum, obviously, and they're made out of 220 traits. There's different categories and 13 unique 101s. So there's a lot of cool things about this project for being a free project. And one of the really cool things that I like is that the token and the marketplace and things like that they're providing in their roadmap, they're ready at launch or shortly after. So a lot of times you see projects who talk about these things and they put it way far in advance and say, hey, like one day we're building these sort of things, but not here. For being a free project that's not raising a ton of money, they're providing a lot of value and a lot of utility for holders on almost day one, or if not shortly after. There's a community fund that's based out of their royalties. So as the royalties are still unknown, at least you get to know that some of those are going back directly to the community to keep funding them. And it's not a docs team. It doesn't seem to be. But it says that the team has good experience and relevant roles. So we're not exactly sure how to take those sort of things because we don't have like public facing personalities for every single one of them. We have Twitter names, we have Twitter accounts and that sort of things, but that's kind of where it ends. So the Magus, once again, is a basically free project, depending on how many you want to get, with pretty unique art that is not having a mint date yet, but they said the mint date's coming really soon. So I'd stay tuned for more information because we're going to probably find a mint date out within this week.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Harrison, for walking us through the Insight Report for today. The goal for the Insight Reports is that we are highlighting mints that are coming up in the future, and my hope is that we are able to start highlighting more NFTs that have like clear dates. And that's where the platform comes in, right? We're trying to start discovering, right? We have 68 NFTs that are in our platform right now, and that that it's growing, right? Every day we're getting more, but it's still we still have July TBD for some of these, right? So we are looking for more NFTs, more more dates, and making sure that the information is as current as possible. So if you know of an NFT, if you're an NFT creator, we'd love for you to add your content here. And in fact, I'm going to make a note. This is something that you will see us do regularly. And actually, I'll talk about this in a second. Is that we should, Harrison, we should start reaching out to NFT communities and asking them to add their NFT to the platform. So reach out to NFT creators and ask them to add their NFT to our platform and encourage their followers to vote how they feel about it. So this is going to be, there's two parts to that. One is that, we want more content in the platform. The other part is that we want people to be able to vote. There are some technical challenges that I'm going to have to overcome with that because right now we're limiting, what people are able to see. And so, maybe that needs to be rethought. We do have a way of allowing NFT projects. We're going to create a way where people would be able to access the NFTs information, but there would be a way for them to vote as well. But for you to go to the page, and then to be able to vote would require you to log in, and so there's a little bit of a complication for that. So I'm going to need to think about that. So Harrison, that's one thing that we need you and I should coordinate on. So we have come to the point of our show where we want to do some comparisons. We want to see how we are stacking up with some of the other Mint calendars that are out there. Take some notes, see what we have, what we don't have, what we are missing, and what we could be doing better. That part of the show is for us, right? We want to make sure that we're making the product better. Part of the show is for you guys, right? We want to make sure that we are highlighting to you all the various NFTs that are minting for the day. And so again, please come in, please vote, upvote, downvote, so that we know, what people are most interested in. And actually, before we do that, we're going to go to Discord for 1 second. Today or last night, one of our supporters sent some feedback. They're running into some issues, and so I want to just kind of talk about that, right? I'd love to encourage people to tell us what you think, and I'd like you to know that we are listening, and that we're very responsive to the feedback that you provide. And so this is obviously a little off the cuff here. And notice how we're in a ton of different Discords. We got to do our research somehow.
Speaking of, I just hit my 200 limit again, so I had to go and leave a bunch of them.
Gosh, that is that's so many, right?
Yeah.
So okay. So Harrison, if you look at this, right? So this was the video of the Insight Report. We'll be adding more videos. But Kukio. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, came in and gave us some feedback of hey, I came in, I was having some issues, can you do this? Can you do that? In particular, right, we had Adaland, which is on Cardano, and we don't have Cardano listed as one of the blockchains in our platform, so it's just listed as other, and then there isn't even a way to filter for it. And I'll show you that right there. We don't have a way to filter for Cardano. So that's obviously a limitation. And we actually have that on here, and I just reordered this now. But we had already had Cardano. We also have Binance Smart Chain, Optimism, and AVAX that we need to add as blockchain. So we'll be adding those very soon. Thank you for that. They also were having some issue with some navigation within the website. We fixed something last night, so I think that should be addressed by now. There was another issue that they were having as well when they were just kind of navigating, and that's something that I know exactly what the issue is, and I'm going to fix it tonight. And then they gave a little bit more feedback of they're having some issue when they're logged in and not when they're logged out, so I'll investigate that. They also asked about the insight report, basically saying that, hey, I know that you wrote an insight report about this, but I don't really see all that information reflected in the platform. And I guess that may happen from time to time, especially for insight reports that we wrote before we launched the platform, which is only about 10 days old. Harrison's just one person, and he's working on this part time. I'm right now the only full time person on the platform. And we are, trying to add as much content as we can, but we do hit some roadblocks. And so, they're asking that we can add the insight report. So we're actually going to start adding links to the insight reports, probably to the tweet with the insight report, as opposed to hosting the image on our site directly. It just requires a little extra thought and engineering, and I'm not sure that I want to go through that yet. They want to be able to filter by roadmap categories, which, yes, 100%. We're actually working on some new filters that should be added. I know that there's a pull request from our engineer to add a couple more filters, which hopefully I'll be able to review tonight and we'll get in. Roadmap categories should be coming, I think, maybe early next week or so. And then we are going to be working on a way to show you NFTs that are still minting, as well as NFTs that have already minted. Right now, the platform is solely focused on upcoming mints, but we're going to be making some changes very soon so that, in their words, they're like, look, it's a little bit wasteful if we're removing NFTs that have already minted. And 100%, they're completely right. And so we're going to be working to fix that. Again, the goal here is to just kind of illustrate that we are responsive. We listen to you, right? You give us some feedback. We're going to follow up. We may even put you on this little live stream here. So by all means, give us feedback. Let us know, what your thoughts are. There's actually something that we released last night that no one is going to be able to see right now. Which is that we are taking your wallet address and we are fetching the tokens that are in your wallet and storing that. And that's happening in the background at the moment. And that is going to help power a new feature that we're going to be releasing hopefully next week that should be really cool. But it also requires that people start voting so that we can take advantage of this feature. So, we have a couple different challenges that we're working through.
Yeah, and feedback like that, we always want to see it anywhere possible. You can always tweet at us. You can tweet at Future NFT Mints or at Elliot or myself or anything like that. We're active in Discord, or you can directly on our website. So any feedback is always appreciated.
Yes, it is. Okay, so one thing I'll note is that I'm gonna figure out how we tighten up this show. Obviously, I'm just like rambling. We're gonna work on making this a little tighter. But let's look at NFT calendar to see what is minting today. Let's go ahead and refresh. And, again, the first thing we see are promoted tweets. And I know for a fact that they are, that more people are going to NFT calendar than are coming to us. And that is okay. But our goal is that we become the platform of choice for NFT mints. Especially when you're looking for calendars. So we had Asset Bender. We already talked about that. Super Soldiers is one that we don't have in our platform. Confessions from the Kevin Hart NFT collection. So this is from Kevin Hart. Interesting. We don't have this one. Rebel Rascal pinup. We don't have that. Guardians of Ukraine. Square Stack. Coping Elements, Crypto Anthill, Wall Street Wolves, We have crypto dudes, Mega Weapon, Sarai Mambas. We don't have Debu NFTs, Cheetah Club, Bored Baby Devil, Memento Morio, Diamond Virtual Coin, Akuma, Free Limited Mint, Bored Ape. Oh, come on. This looks like such a derivative project.
And as we look at all these, like the majority of the ones we don't have only a few hundred followers max, or zero engagement, or haven't been building anything. And one of the things I think that we do way better than NFT calendars, we have the individual mint dates right there on the actual homepage, right? Like when you're looking at this, you just have like a week span of like, hey, it's sometime in this week. Up to you to go figure it out more. And so ours being categorized by the day is an advantage that we kind of offer.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't even have the other information. Now, something that I think would make our platform even easier to use is by add a list of all the mint dates to the mint calendar feed. This way we can show you, not just what is the most upcoming mint date, but we can show you the various mint dates, and make that even easier, right? So you'd see the public, you'd see the allow list, and if there's a Dutch auction, you'd see the Dutch auction. So you would see, what those different dates are. Different platforms have multiple mint dates. And actually, you know what? We should go ahead and have something, add a way to handle NFTs that have multiple mint phases at the public, allow list, and Dutch auction. I mean, that's a feature that we won't be focused on. If we're able to, right now we have runway through the end of August. If we can extend the runway, then we will add more features. Some of these features are going to be things that we'll do only we have the runway. So yeah, okay. And that actually is one of the challenges here, is that we really can't see how many how many people are following these NFTs, right? What's their Twitter count? What's their Discord count? So we don't really have a sense of kind of, do people like it? Are people favorable on it? Right. It's just a list, right? And we don't even know how many there are here, right? We aren't even able to count this, like, and there's not even a way to filter it. So you wouldn't even be able to actually wait. Hold on, filters. Filters are only by blockchain. Wow. Okay. That's fascinating. What you'd be able to do with ours, and actually you can't do it today, but I think tomorrow maybe, that it's date is going to be one of the filters that we're adding, where you'd be able to actually filter by date, and that would help you really narrow your focus on what you're looking for. One of the challenges though that we have is that we're only doing that by like the earliest mint date, as opposed to all the mint dates, and so that may be something that we're going to have to address at some point. In fact, let me add that as a note. Filters are only applied to the earliest mint date and the public price / supply. So those will be some things that I'll need to think through. But yeah, so I mean, we see there is a ton. I mean, like, obviously there is a ton of NFTs that are minting every day. This is extremely challenging just really to sort through. I mean, we just looked at like 20, 30, 30, maybe 40 NFTs here. And there's no clear way for you to be able to distinguish like which one that you should spend your time researching and digging into further. And that's where the NFT communities like start becoming an asset to everyone, right? You join your alpha community and you learn about the NFT. I should focus on this, or I should focus on that.
And when they all have like a mint week, if you're sitting in the middle of the week, like say it's July 9th, right? You're halfway through that whole week cycle and you don't know what's minted already and what's still to come. So So having those like individual dates broken up really like helps out in that day-to-day minting process if you're trying to like figure out, hey, what can I mint today, or hey, what can I mint tomorrow, or stuff like that.
So yeah, exactly. So we're gonna look at a couple more calendars just to see kind of where they sit today. And I think as we mentioned yesterday, we like NFT drops. Like this is we like the design for it. It looks like these are promoted though. That's what it looks like. Yeah. And then you can pay for promotion on their platform. Yeah, featured. I think featured is their way to NFT community, NFT drops, featured drops. Yeah. Night Owl Syndicate. Okay, so these are all minting. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so Sachi by Lux. Look at that, Harrison. Some of these are pretty. I don't know if we have that one. That one's kind of big. I don't think we have Sweet Apocalypse. So again, some of these are less than 1,000. We got to be judicious with our time at the moment, right? We don't have unlimited time to be able to just add everything. We are trying. This is where, having people who are able to help us add mint. But look at all these NFTs that are minting, right? Like there's a ton. So, yep. Well, Harrison, looks like there's a lot for July 7th to look at. Again, we just kind of go through each of these NFTs. Some parts of this live stream are for us to just kind of figure things out. Okay, so this right here, like Duppy seems to have reached a ton of people within the space. I do like NFT Inspect. I think that they offer a really interesting way of analyzing the data.
And speaking of Duppies, that's our insight report coming this Friday. We'll have all the information you can possibly need about Duppies. It's been one of the biggest mints talked about for a long time, and probably the biggest thing on Sol.
Awesome. I think it showed up on our screen when I was like moving through some stuff a little earlier. So yeah, I mean, I think like one of the key takeaways here is that you can very easily move up our leaderboard or our leaderboard by just coming in and helping and submitting a few NFTs. And so that's, I think, one thing that we'll need to figure out is how do we get some more people engaged in helping us out and adding NFTs. What I'd love actually is for during this show to see some people submit some NFTs. That would, I think, be extremely exciting. So I'm going to go back and let's kind of look at our agenda to see where we're at. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what we should do, Harrison, is I would actually like to go through and just add some NFTs to the platform. Let's go to, we'll go to NFT drops. I just want to show people how easy it is to add something. And so let's add Wall Street Wolves. And so let's go to, okay, so we'll copy. Let's actually come over here. So there is 1,000 in the collection. We want an image for it. Let's go to their website. GIFs are good, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
And let's see, can we save this? Let's go to downloads, images. Let's do Wall Street Wolves.
Yeah, and I guess I'll just take this time to remind everyone too. You don't have to have all information to submit a project, right? You don't need to fill in all the blanks. You don't need to have all that. Like we'll totally go in there and review it before it goes published and help you out with information that's missing or find things that you can't find or things like that as well. So even if you just have a Twitter account or even if you just have a name or something like that, if it's a project you want to get more information on, don't be afraid to submit it.
So we'll come in here, we'll add the description. The pre-sale. Interesting, okay. Let's see, this is on ETH. Let's click into this guy here. Okay. This website's a little hard to navigate. Let's go to the Mint page, I guess.
So that's something interesting to note too. There's 50 101s out of 1,000 collections. So it's like a 0.5% chance that every mint ends up being. I guess no, it's a 5% chance. Yeah, 5% chance that a mint becomes a 101.
Interesting. I'm trying to click on their Twitter and it's not taking me there because of what I want to see. I'm wanting to see their public mint date. So they have a white paper. Okay, great. Ooh, you know, we should add a link to the white paper. $1,000 wallets were selected for pre-mint. Congrats to those who made it. We are live. Let's go. Just one day before the pre-sale. Okay, so pre-sale is today.
So something I would note too is they have on that 2 retweets and 5 likes, which for the amount of followers they have, it seems pretty underwhelming.
That's a good point. We can't guarantee there will be any left for the public sale. Okay. So let's see, just one day. Okay, so we should go ahead and add, there is an allow list. The quantity is 1,000. It looks like it's going to be 0.5. And it was today. Don't really have a time for that. We do have a date for this one. It's going to be tomorrow. We don't really see a time for that either. You know, the public mint quantity, I'd like to put TBD, but yeah, it has to be a number. So we won't say that there's no set quantity, it seems. It's just going to be a TBD type situation. So let's go ahead and hit submit. Now, when you submit an NFT on our platform, you will have access to be able to see it, but no one else will. Look at that. We have a little hang up. Let's see if there is an issue that has been generated. Nope, it just took a second to load. Well, maybe. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Well, that was having some issue, but we see that it's on here. And look at that. We also have Twitter. We have Discord. It automatically comes in. So this, looks interesting. God, I can't wait till we have likes and dislikes and you can see them actually on from this view. That I think is going to be really cool. And so, yeah, so actually we just added an allow list item here. And I'm going to go ahead and approve it. So this is submitted and it's approved. Notice we have some things that are disapproved, and there's various reasons for why they're disapproved. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's a problem with the project. But I've just approved this. And so now if we log out, this website is moving around. We got Wolf of Wall Street on here, or Wall Street Wolves. And so, yeah, so now we have it. And hey, look at that. We have a nice little animated GIF that is, looks kind of pretty. So, yeah, that is the, that's how, that's the platform right there. In fact, I think what we should probably do, and actually, you guys aren't able to connect the wallet and see this yet. That's going to get fixed very soon. And we're actually coming up on close to the end of this show. And I think, Harrison, what's going to be great is as we build out the platform more and ads is actually useful, this show will be a little better. Oh, did you downvote it already?
Yeah.
That's fine.
There's a few reasons that I kind of say that.
No, why? Go for it.
For 2 retweets on a tweets, it just doesn't seem like they're going to have a community or it's going to sell out or anything like that. And typically at a price like that, if they don't sell out, you're going to get undercut to the ground really quickly. So I'd at least advise some caution there. How's everything? Do your own research and stuff like that. But it definitely has a few things I'd consider red flags.
Awesome. Well, I think that is a prudent assessment. And so you can see down here, right? We have these mint dates. I think I'm gonna add these mint dates to the calendar and put them down here, right below it. And so look, Harrison, I see that you have added some votes. And this look at this. It helps, right? It helps move. What we're gonna be able to show you. We actually have 2 votes on some of these.
Yeah, they're actually just getting voted on right now, not me.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, we will come up with a way to show votes, or to show who is voting, so that way you can follow people. I mean, this is kind of getting a little further ahead, but we're actually going to create a way where you have a social profile within our platform, and when you vote, other people can see how you voted. And so we have a ton of really exciting things. Actually, let's go to the leaderboard. Let's see. So someone has joined. CDBTC.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's right here in our YouTube chat as well. So
there we go.
Here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your participation.
Oh yeah. Morning. Thanks for voting and joining our community. What's great is that CDBTC has just they've just become a top 100 contributor. Right now it doesn't take a whole lot, right? It's very, very easy. You just come in and you literally vote for one thing. That's it. And you're immediately in the top 100 because we don't have as many people yet who have used the platform. And that's partly what we're doing these YouTube live stream for, is so that people can learn about the platform. I think the biggest challenge right now is that people just don't know that we exist. I should have said GM. Okay, well, I will do that next time, obviously. But yeah, so come on in, vote, share your opinion, get other people to share their opinion, right? Like, ask for feedback. This, right here, I know that this is coming out tomorrow. I know Club CPG has done some things to them. In fact, one thing that we need to do is show partnerships. On the collection page. So not just showing that there are raffles, which I know Club CPG had a raffle, and I think Pop may have as well. But we need to be able to show the partnerships. One of the things that we're working on right now, right, we can pull in the tokens that you have in your wallet. So we know what's in your wallet, and we got to figure out where we're going to pull the image to represent the collection, and then we're going to be able to start doing some really cool stuff, right? So that way we can show that, hey, this NFT has a partnership, and then we know that you have that NFT in your wallet, and so we can actually show you, hey, this NFT that you own has a partnership with this collection. You may be eligible for a raffle, or you may be eligible for a free mint, or you may be eligible for an allow list, something, right? But right now you have to go and you have to be very active in all these communities to figure it out. And so we're going to we're going to come up with some features that simplify this for you. And I think that we may be able to do it actually in the month of July. So stay on the lookout. So yeah, wow. I got to say, I'm really excited that we had at least one person, who found us, and watched. Looks like, wow, they watched for like 23 minutes. That's pretty amazing. So yeah. Yeah, is there, I think I'm ready to wrap this up. Harrison, is there anything that you want to add?
Same. No, I just want to reiterate again, though, that like by participating in the platform, you can get free access to the entire platform, right? So that you can kind of set up a chain reaction because there's no one you're really competing with at the top of the leaderboard right now. You can just vote a few times, get in the top 100, and see a ton more things you have access to vote on too. So adding NFTs, of course, is the best way to gain points, but it's really easy to get full access to the platform right now. So I encourage everyone to go try and do that.
Yeah. Well, Harrison, it has been a pleasure chatting with you this morning. And thank you for everyone that has tuned in, and everyone that will tune in. We're going to be cutting some, small little vignettes from this, sharing it on Twitter. Please, like, retweet, share. Subscribe, all those things that I have not been very good at marketing for us. We're going to be really focusing over the next 30 days and just trying to get more people to use the platform, try it out, give us their feedback, and keep making this better. And every day, our plan is to make it better. So thanks for joining us, and we'll be here again tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern. And hopefully slowly over time we will start tightening up the show so that it's a little cleaner and better, and maybe Harrison, we get this down to 30 minutes as opposed to an hour. I think I feel like I'm just talking a whole lot and I don't really need to. So yeah, we're gonna be
I feel like we could do 30 minutes and then extend it further with if we're having founders on or product or stuff like that, and then just use that time at the very end to kind of go from there.
Yeah, 100%. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, everyone. And we're going to go ahead and end the stream and end the Twitter space. So please join us tomorrow. We'll talk to you then.